Hey, everybody. Look, it's me. Is anybody out there? This is a test. I have upgraded my internet, and I'm checking to see, is this streaming smoothly for you? Do you have good picture and sound quality, or is there lag? That's what I'm checking for, just to see if there's any noticeable lag. Yeah, double salute incoming. That's right. Right. Wow. Okay. Didn't expect many people to show up. I didn't announce this really or anything like that, but just trying to see if it's working properly. Let's see. Good. Looks and sounds awesome. Appreciate that feedback. Let's see. Both are coming in smoothly for me. Okay. Quality is good so far. Yeah, I was doing some speed tests before okay, that's professional. Before I even started this, and I wanted to be sure. So this is good. Let's see. Why is the audio only en español? Solamente yo hablo español. Okay, good. This is good. I just wanted to be sure that I had this right before I do, like, on Monday, I'll be back with like an actual live stream. I've got news. I've got lots of comics to talk about. So, cool. No lag. That's so nice to see. Thank you for jumping in. Changing up the background. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I wasn't even thinking, but yeah, Chrissy, in addition to some really nice Christmas presents, one thing she got me was this green screen. And this is actually on a track. And that just means that it's like on grommets. So I'll be able to quickly take it off of the grommets, and I can move it upstairs where I sort of have a room dedicated to recording my episodes. I'm in the basement where I do the live streams. It's just easier to have it in two different areas. Is that a kitty? Oh, folks. And yeah, so she got me a green screen, and I thought that would look better than like sort of my deep background of stuff. Let's see who we got here. This is Jack. I had to double check. You want to say hi to the live stream, Jack? Hello. Hello. Look how cute. He's getting so big, isn't he? Look at this big boy. You're going to help me get big numbers, Jack. I love this guy so much. He really loves my wife and his sister. But yeah, we're going to let him play. Oh, okay. You want to show up down there? Let's see what happens there. We'll go like this. Oh, I hear a second kitty. Where there's one, there's always two. Let's see. Tighten up that green screen and you can have the books or your drawing behind you. Right. Yeah. I mean, you're saying just like projected on the green screen itself if I had it like nice and smooth and evenly lit. That's a possibility at some point. It's nice of him to show you the butt. Mic check. This is yeah, I got a kitty rubbing his butt on the microphone. Thank you, Carrie. I think like, sort of the nice blue and green, just simple is nicer than what used to be here. I'm just trying to slowly make the show look a little better. Oh, he's so soft. He's so soft. My wild Bengal kitty. He wants to play. Where's your sister? You want to find Lily? You want to find her and go play? You can do whatever you want, bud. Let's see. This is good feedback. You froze again for about 2 seconds. Audio is still good. Okay. I appreciate that feedback. He is a cool cat. Not the video cool cat. That's a terrible YouTube movie. But yeah. Let's see. I could green screen myself into Spider-Man as Paste Pot Pete. Oh, that's a good idea. Bengals are beautiful. I think so. I'm going to put you on the ground. Okay, bud? Go find Lily. I'm glad you guys got a cameo of a cat for just this little test. what else can I say? Since we're here, I'm not going to keep this too long. I'm sure you guys have existing plans and stuff, but how were the holidays for anybody out there? Did anybody get anything in terms of either comic books or comic book related as a gift? I got a few comic books for Christmas, so I'll talk about that on Monday. Looking forward to that. Your sister's right around the corner, bud. You want to go play with her? Cool cat, and the felines need too. Well, thank you for the compliment. Not by a not cool director. Exactly. Cool cat is pretty bad. I could use the green screen for pictures of Spider-Man. That was almost too grumpy, wasn't it? What did I get? Comic book. No, buddy, that's not a place to climb. This is the thing. They're very playful and they're very curious. That's not a place to climb. Go get your sister. That was a flattering angle of me, right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I was traveling this last Monday, so I couldn't do a show, but there wasn't that much comic book news either. So it's probably good that we're like sort of ganging together 2 weeks. Let's see. I got Batman Year One Absolute. Oh, that's fantastic. That's one of the few sort of reprints where I'm pretty sure that they were very careful with reprinting how the colors should actually look instead of making them look too bright against white pages. So that's great. Long Halloween Omnibus. Yep, it's a classic. Hold on, where's Peach Momoko Marvel Port? I don't even know that one, but that sounds cool. I like Peach Momoko's work. I'd like to see that. The Ultimates Omnibus. A lot of omnibuses here. Let's see. Small, but I got 2 of the Berserker volumes and the 7th. I just today picked up the 7th volume of Fist of the North Star, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. I got a promotion and boyfriend got me Bloodstained by Linda Sejic and Roses because he's my angel. That's lovely. I like that. That's very nice to hear. Let's see. It's 12 art reprints of variant covers she did. Well, that's perfect, ganging all those together. Yeah, green screen. I probably, just to be clear, won't really be using it for green screen purposes on the live stream here. But like I say, it's on a track, so I can just easily pop it off of these grommeted hooks, bring it upstairs to my room upstairs, and maybe I'll be doing more green screen stuff as appropriate. But I will say, this next episode that I'm working on of Comic Tropes, I think it's one of the funnier ones. I think you guys should like it. I got money and it all went to bills. Boy, I've definitely been there. I mean, I think when I started this live stream, I was talking to you guys about all the bills I had, even after insurance for COVID. Oh my God, it was crazy. That's nice of you, Mr. Vic. I'm sure you have a good one too. Can't really see. So what I need to do next is basically, I used to use this lighting setup and I could turn on this ring light to light this, but I don't think I actually really need to anymore. See, it white balance is just fine without it. So I need to, I can like remove this and just have the webcam up here, and that should be fine. So that's the next thing I'll sort of do to clean this all up and make it a little more professional. It makes it a nice little hidey hole. Yeah, I've still got a good amount of space. I've got shelves over there, although they're mostly filled with hot toys. I've got a lot of desk space here for now, mostly covered with comic books and art supplies. But it's sort of tucked away with now that I've partitioned it with these simple curtains. I kind of like it. Let's see. Yeah, but I'm looking at my stream health, and my stream health is showing as very good. So that makes me feel good because, yeah, Chrissy and I upgraded that. So I just wanted to see if that's working. It seems to be. Let's see. I got my sister 2 Buffy the Vampire Slayer comics for Christmas. I didn't buy any comics for myself, though. I did get a book on how to draw cartoons. Very cool, Ashley. I like hearing that. Is that the new Buffy the Vampire Slayer run by, is it Boom Studios that's doing that? I feel like that's who's doing it. The only issues might be the shadows from your hands. That's true, because with these up, I probably am blocking a little bit more of the light than I used to have. So that's something to think about. It's a work in progress, it'll probably always be a work in progress. Let's see what this is. Stream is clear as a bell outside of a rare hitch every 5 or 6 minutes or so. And I think that that's probably always going to be a piece of this. If I use the StreamYard software to run this, for some reason, there seems to be a hitch in a lot of StreamYard things, and I don't know why, but that just does seem to be common. What equipment are you testing? New lights? Mostly just the internet speed, Kevin. By the way, Peg Warmers there, great show. I was a guest on that not too long ago. Peg Warmers, really fun show talking about toys. Yeah, I upgraded the internet, and so I wanted to make sure that my connection was stable, the stream, because it was driving me nuts, guys, how laggy the last few streams were. I so appreciate that there were so many regulars watching, because I watched some of that back when I'm putting in chapter breaks in the YouTube video, and I was like, this is just about unwatchable. I am never going to get new viewers if I can't fix this. So yeah, like I love seeing so many of these regular names. Lovely to have you all here. Hey, Daniel, must be pretty late where you are, but thank you. Now I can stream from anywhere. Going to Cybertron next. Got a lot of Batman comics. Let's see, what comics did I get for Christmas? I got the Calvin and Hobbes collection. My dad got me that. That's the complete set. So, someday, hopefully in 2023, I'll be able to do an episode about Bill Watterson. I've always wanted to. I know that's a comic strip as compared to a comic book, but to me, comic strips, comic books, manga, it's all the same. In my top 10 list that I did on Comic Tropes, I had a couple people telling me, you accidentally put some manga in your list. And I'm like, yeah, that's 100% intentional. Some people were saying you should have done top 10 manga and top 10 comics. And to me, if it came out in 2022 and it's sequential storytelling, to me, that's all comics. And what we name it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah. I sound much better. That's good, because I did get a better mic than I used to have. Yeah, I know what that's like, Black Phoenix. The Calvin and Hobbes is the hardback. Yeah, so I got that. What other things did I get for comics for Christmas? Not that many comics now that I think of it. I got I think it's called Sandcastles. It's a French comic that the movie Old was based on. So that'll be interesting just to sort of compare more than anything else, like what was taken for that adaptation. Yeah, exactly. Manga means comics in Japanese. So to me, that is the same thing. I mean, if I read a fantastic new Asterix comic or Dylan Dog comic, if that came out in English, so in 2022, and I thought that was one of the 10 best things I'd read, that goes in there. It doesn't matter to me where it comes from. There's probably tons of great indie books that maybe I just didn't come across yet that could have taken some of the slots from bigger publishers, for all I know. I do know this. This is why I love doing those lists. You do get good recommendations. One that I saw pop up tons of times was It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth by Zoe Thorogood. It's a 6-month-long autobiography that she did. I was like, okay, well, I got to read it. So I signed up for a library app called Hoopla and put in my library information, and I was able to read that digitally through my local library. So I was excited that I could get that so quickly because, sometimes indie books, it depends on the comic book stores you have near you, how easily you're going to have access to that stuff. It might be fantastic, but if it isn't easily in front of you, yeah. This is true. Karl Barks made manga before that market became big. That's true. The godfather of manga, Osamu Tezuka, Astro Boy and a million other things, Buddha, Phoenix, great manga creator, that influenced so many, was the first super popular manga creator. Always said he was heavily influenced by Karl Barks' Donald Duck comics and Scrooge McDuck comics. And I will be talking a little bit about some of the Donald Duck comics in my next episode. It's not specifically about Donald Duck, but I will be talking about it. Yeah. It irritates me when people separate manga from American comics. The art form is very broad, and it should all be considered together. I agree. Look, I also don't want to ignore certain cultural differences and stuff like that. But to me, it's all comics. And even if it's coming from Japan, it employs a lot of American employees. Companies like Viz, they're a huge comic book company with a lot of American employees keeping things running. And then there's translators and letterers, people that touch up the art. So yeah, it may originate in Japan, but it's still like a story for anybody, and it still employs an awful lot of people here in the States. And it keeps bookstores and comic book stores healthy so that they can continue to also, have an indie book like It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth or Ducks, 2 Years in the Oil Sands. Those are important books. And the whole, I believe in the sort of philosophy of a rising tide lifts all boats as compared to a zero-sum philosophy where there can only be one winner. I believe that if the overall comic book industry is healthy, that means there are more stores and there are more readers, and therefore more opportunities for different comics to get out there to people. Just my overall big thoughts. Hi there, Ryan. Astro Boy lends a lot of its design to Mickey Mouse. Absolutely. I love Astro Boy. It's really good. If you guys have ever not read Astro Boy because maybe it looks kiddie, all I can say is it is all ages, but it's got some fantastic stories in there. My favorite is one that I did an episode on Comic Tropes about, which was The Greatest Robot in the World, I think is what it translates to. It's been a little while since I read it, so I might have the title slightly off. But there's some great Astro Boy stories. Astro Boys, read Pluto too. I did an episode about Pluto very early on when I created Comic Tropes. Love Naoki Urasawa. That's another book that I got very recently. Ace Sedora. Strong recommendation there. I've often wondered if manga should be categorized with Western graphic novels on the shelves. Does the integration gain more readers or lose those with a specific format in mind? I think it makes sense to still keep it somewhat separate, but nearby. Barnes & Nobles, I think, has a good setup where they've got, comics and graphic novels on one shelf, and then directly opposite generally is where the manga starts. Because I think a lot of people read only one or the other. But if you're at least close by, something might catch your eye. That's my opinion. Reason I read Pluto was your video. Wow, that's so nice to hear because I love Naoki Urasawa. Yes, Tetsujin 28 became known as Gigantor. I love going to Japan and seeing those actual Tetsujin 28 books. I gave for Chrissy tickets to get back to Japan. So my hope is that maybe the end of the springtime, maybe we'll go back there. We'll see. I hope so. But we also want to go to Europe, so that would be attractive too. I remember reading Fist of the North Star, and Mai the Psychic Girl is my earliest look into manga as a kid. Yeah, Mai was definitely one of the early translated books, yeah. The European books need more love, though. That is something that like doesn't really have a dedicated section at most book or comic book stores here in the U.S. That's true. I think initially it would make some sense to gang the French, Belgian, Spanish, Italian, and maybe even the British comics together into like a European comics section, so that people could discover a few more things. Maybe they come initially looking for something that's more well known, like Judge Dredd, or depending on like how promotion is going, Black Sad, and then they find Dylan Dog, or they find Tintin or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Jungle Emperor became known as Kimba the White Lion and was ripped off by Disney as Lion King. Yes, I've read about that. The only exception is Tintin. Oh, I missed something, I guess. Sorry, folks. Hey, there's my wife. And by the way, guys, if you want to thank anyone for like this stream looking good and stuff, thank Chrissy. She basically dealt with the internet provider and hooked up physically the hardware, the modem and the Ethernet and everything. She is the technical genius between the two of us, and that's my wife that like made this happen. My wife. Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate it. She got me the green screen. She does a lot for this show. She really does. She really is very supportive, and that's nice to have. That's really nice to have. Look at that. The connection is indeed much better. Yeah. Thanks, Chrissy. Thank you, folks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know that I really have anything else to talk about. I still need to read a bunch of the comics that I got this week so that I'm ready on Monday. And I'm working right now on a new Comic Tropes episode. I think it's a funny and interesting one. The heck with that. I'll just tell the folks in here what it's basically going to sort of be. I'm going to talk about real life creations and inventions that came from comics, things that comic book creators also invented. One small example, you guys have probably heard, the early lie detector test that was created by William Moulton Marston, the creator of Wonder Woman. So like, I'm going to talk about stuff like that, or chess boxing. That was created by a comic book artist, and there's a lot more, and they're really interesting and funny. So I'm excited. I'm just letting you know that that's what I'm working on right now. Thanks, Chrissy. Thrifty. Yes. Thanks for Chrissy. X-ray specs. No, these are all like sort of real things of like value and stuff. Yes, Daniel. We won't give it all away, but yes, Carl Barks created more than one thing in his Donald Duck comics that came to be real life things. It's pretty amazing how prescient he was about certain things. Yeah, so that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. I think you guys will like it. Anyway, unless there's any big questions from any of you out there, I'm probably going to end this. This was mostly just a test, and we've already been going for 24 minutes. I just wanted to be sure that this thing worked well on Monday for the regular show. I think that you can still buy Kimba the White Lion on DVD. I'm positive it came out on VHS when I was younger, but I wouldn't know where to start looking for that. Did I like Black Adam? It was okay. It was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't really find anything in it that I'd say like, that's garbage. No, I wouldn't call it garbage. I think for the amount of time it took to make, I would have expected a better script. I didn't think it was Black Adam centric enough, to be honest. That was my big problem. Advanced Happy New Year. That's nice of you. Thank you. Happy New Year. Let's see. Ending a test without tapping the microphone and saying test. If that is what floats your boat, audio. Let's see. Black Adam was fine, which is honestly the worst thing that could have happened to it. Well, no, I think it could have been worse. It wasn't Morbius. It was better than Morbius. I didn't think it was that great. I didn't think it was that great. And honestly, the first week it seemed to be doing fine. It really dropped off. So that did not connect with audiences in a big way. Yeah, you can hear the kitty. They made a guest appearance earlier, but they're playing around the corner. Let's see. Yep. Going live on a Friday. Just doing a quick test. I'll probably be deleting this, but yeah. Trust me, guys. They are they do calm down and cuddle and stuff like that, but they are very active guys. They are very active. So that's kind of funny. You like Morbius better. That's fair. It's fair. If it was worse, people would be checking it out based purely on comedy. I get what you're saying there. Yeah. I get what you're saying there. Let's see. Everyone is freaking out about Cavill being gone. I think James Gunn is going to make an Earth 1 and have all the Snyder folks be Earth 2 for a crisis movie. Maybe. I don't think that their priority is thinking that far ahead. I think that they're going back to basics, and therefore a crisis movie, I think, could be like 10 years off. Our Avengers Infinity War and Endgame came like 10 years into the MCU. And 10 years from now, Affleck and Cavill are going to be in their 50s and into their 60s, I think. So we'll see. We'll see. It's possible. It's always possible. I don't know. I think that they're going to go back to basics. That's just a guess. I think I enjoyed the regular basement background. Okay, that's good. It's just stacks of like boxes and stuff, and I was never a super big fan of showing it like that. Like, I'm like, yeah, this is our basement where we store stuff, and I've carved out a little corner here where I do a live stream, because there's a little bit more space in this corner. But yeah, I think I'm going to try this for a little while. We'll see. James Gunn is an implanted agent of Disney. I don't think so. I don't think that like either company cares enough to put in spies. Yeah, a Kingdom Come movie. Now that's an interesting idea to potentially sort of build to within less than 5 years. Just sort of show, use those same actors for like a near future. That like in another world, like to be aware of. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Just noticed your green screen setup. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, all right. Well, if there's no more questions, that's totally a-okay. I'm looking forward to seeing you folks on Monday. It's going to be a good live stream. I've got a lot planned for it in terms of news and comics. I'm probably going to like the comics, instead of like doing reviews for 2 weeks, I'm probably just going to say like recommend, not recommend, just putting them down and just sort of like keep it simple. I would not be surprised if we someday get a Deathstroke film. I mean, if we could be getting movies that are huge blockbusters based on characters like Ant-Man, or DC can get to the point where they can make a Deathstroke film. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the super chat here, Mian. Before I wrap things up, Kingdom Come, but done like Scanner Darkly to make use of the paint effects to look like Ross's work. What an interesting idea. Huh. An animated movie in a certain style. What's that process called when you rotoscoping, right? Yeah, that would be interesting. That's a cool idea. All right, folks. Yes, see you in 2023, folks. We'll have a good New Year's show in just a few more days. Until then, I hope you can enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate your feedback. And glad that we can slowly make upgrades to the live stream. Take care, everybody. Keep reading comics. Tell you what. Double salutes for you. I appreciate you all. Take care.